China has a rich history of education. Producing some of the most famous philosophers, this nation has paved the way for education in many respects. One of the most famous philosophers, Confucius, set up a school to teach his philosophy to others. Lao Tzu is credited with the school of Taoism. Although he never formally opened a school, he did have many followers and students. In 1949, the Communist Party disapproved of the humanities and social sciences being studied in school. Education became very specialized to support China's industrialization. During the Cultural Revolution, much of China's history was destroyed. Along with this history, many schools and universities were closed, and those students were sent to the countryside for manual labor. Let's look at some of this impact that the Cultural Revolution had during that time.
On 16th of May 1966, the Communist Party of China issues a directive. The Cultural Revolution begins as a decade-long political campaign. It calls for a purge of capitalist influences and bourgeois thinking in the government, teaching, media, and arts. A huge personality cult of Mao is at the center of the revolution. While other party opponents are removed from the office, Mao's wife, Jiang Qing, and her close associates are given important posts. Mao's quotes in the Little Red Book are made compulsory reading. With themes such as correcting mistaken ideas, the quotations become the standard by which all revolutionary efforts are judged. A youth organization called the Red Guards springs up throughout the country, preaching the teachings of Mao. The Red Guards travel all over the country, smashing the old culture, destroying much of the cultural heritage. They spearhead the interrogation, humiliation, and beatings of teachers, intellectuals, and traditional enemies of the state. 16 million young people are sent to the countryside for re-education and physical labor. Tens of thousands of officials are accused of being traitors, counter-revolutionaries, and capitalist stooges.
Today, the Ministry of Education is the supreme governing body over the People's Republic of China. There are 3 laws regarding Chinese education which I feel greatly impact the lives of teachers, students, and the general function of the school system. Education Law of the People's Republic of China. To me, this seems to be a very basic law that can be applied to really every aspect of Chinese education, such as Article 2 states. The present law shall be applicable to all kinds of education at all levels within the territory of the People's Republic of China. So, of course, this law is going to directly affect children, but exactly which children are affected by this law? Article 18. The state shall adopt a 9-year compulsory education system. Compulsory education, which is 6 years of primary school and 3 years of secondary school, follow the local government's regulation. This means that the parents, guardians, social organizations, and the government itself must work to ensure that all children complete the compulsory 9 years of education. Let's see how this law affects teachers. Article 34. The state shall adopt a qualification-based post-employment system, improve the quality of teachers, and strengthen the development of teachers by way of examination, rewards, fosterage, and training. I think this article is very important. It ensures that quality teachers will be employed and also kept to high standards by an appraisal system. This law also stipulates that education shall be within the realm of socialist modernization and work for the development of the socialist cause, as Article 3 states. Article 3. In developing the socialist educational undertakings, the state shall uphold Marxism-Leninism, Mao Zedong thought, and the theories of constructing socialism with Chinese characteristics as directives and comply with the basic principles of the Constitution. The second law I will highlight is the Teachers' Law of the People's Republic of China. This law encompasses what the teacher is expected to do, as well as how the government will protect the teacher's rights. Article 1. This law is formulated for the purpose of safeguarding teachers' legitimate rights and interests, building up a contingent of teachers who are sound in moral character and good in professional competence, and promoting the development of socialist education. Article 3. Teachers are professionals who exercise the function of education and teaching and are charged with the duty of imparting knowledge and educating people, training builders and successors for the socialist cause, and enhancing the quality of the nation. Teachers shall devote themselves to the educational cause of the people. So this document keeps in mind the teacher and the educational institution, but they also keep in mind the priority of the student, as Article 8.4 states. Article 8.4. Teachers shall perform the following obligations: to concern themselves with all students, love them, respect their dignity, and promote their all-around development in such aspects as morality, intelligence, and physique. The last law, which I feel directly affects the overall community of the school, is the law that is most concerned with the children, the Law of Protection over Juveniles of the People's Republic of China. This protection is the responsibility of the family, the school, including the teachers, and the government. As Article 8 states, the protection of children's rights is widespread. Article 8. The Communist Youth League organizations, women's federations, trade unions, youth federations, students' federations, young pioneers organizations, and other public organizations concerned shall assist the people's government at various levels in ensuring the protection of minors and safeguarding their lawful rights and interests. And just to ensure that these organizations are practicing their lawful duty, there is a reward system, as Article 9 states. Article 9. The people's governments at various levels and the departments concerned shall commend and give awards to organizations and individuals that have achieved outstanding successes in the protection of minors. And with regard to family, Article 11. The parents or their guardians of minors shall pay close attention to the minors' physiological and psychological conditions and their behavioral habits. Cultivate and influence the minors in sound ideology and conduct by appropriate means. Give them guidance for their participation in activities that are conducive to their physical and mental health. Prevent and stop them from smoking, excessive drinking, leading a vagrant life, being given to internet addiction, gambling, drug taking, or prostitution. As educators, we realize that the relationship between parents and teachers must be a strong one. This article supports this and stipulates that teachers and parents jointly carry the responsibility of their child's well-being. Article 21. Teaching and administrative staff in schools, kindergartens, and nurseries shall respect the personal dignity of the minors and may not subject them to corporal punishment or corporal punishment in disguised form, or commit any other act that humiliates the personal dignity of the minors. Article 23. Administrative departments in charge of education and other departments as well as schools, kindergartens, and nurseries shall, where necessary, formulate precaution plans against emergencies, such as different kinds of disasters, infectious diseases, food poisoning, and accidental injuries, and shall equip themselves with appropriate facilities and carry out the necessary drills, in order to enhance the minors' awareness of the importance and their ability to protect themselves. So what does all of this actually mean for Chinese schools and their daily function? I'm working in a private Chinese school, and some of these laws are made apparent every day. I see a lot of parents and teachers and administration involved to ensure that these students are given the best opportunities for their success. I also feel as though I am really supported by my school and supported by other teachers so that I can do the best that I can. And of course, we are reminded that the students' physical, mental, and educational well-being are the top priorities.